We need to start recording pre-show stuff. Just so you know, Jen's stomach makes a lot of noises when she's hungry, and she's always hungry. True?
In the morning, it makes a lot of noise. It's just waking up, and it's just letting me know, hey, I'm here. Eat me.
It's Curt and Jen in the morning. Hello. Welcome, welcome. You know what? We should start announcing what episode it is every time. Too. This is episode 64.
Is it?
I believe that's where we're at, yeah.
Well, let's start announcing it in 5 episodes from today.
Okay. We got a lot to go over today, and we also have a charity event to attend, you and I. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and it's a big one, the 20th annual Edgar Martinez MDA Golf Classic.
Exactly. Going on at Newcastle Golf Course in, it's Newcastle, which is technically Bellevue, Washington. So
right. I was just going to say, for those who are listening outside of the area, we're based in Seattle, Washington, a little suburb called Bothell.
Yes.
Mill Creek, if you will.
You're throwing out like a million different cities. We're going to be in Newcastle here in a little bit.
It's kind of by Bellevue. We're really
excited.
in Seattle, but no, wait, we're really not. Okay.
Looking forward to that, definitely. So let's get going here with thank you again. Yesterday, our big topic was the movie soundtrack.
That was mega, and we played pickleball yesterday, and that was even a topic on the pickleball court.
Yeah, so we were playing with Lori and Glenn. She's like, "Oh, here's some more for you."
Well, yeah. Lori brought it up. She's like, I really like that topic.
Yeah.
There's so many good ideas.
So we're going to go over some that came in after yesterday's show, which was Shelley said Pretty Woman. That wasn't mentioned yesterday. Jurassic Park was from Brent. Dazed and Confused. Thank you, Dee, for that one. The Dazed and Confused soundtrack.
That's a good one. I remember that one, actually. Yeah. Ken talked about Interstellar. I don't remember that. I remember that movie. I don't remember the soundtrack.
Yes.
And then, is that Mickey? Or no, Vicky.
Good Morning Vietnam.
That's an awesome... Have you heard that soundtrack?
Yeah, again, it's a lot of great 60s songs and whatnot. The Notting Hill soundtrack, Trisha said that, which is great just because it has Olivia Olson doing her version, not Mariah Carey's version of All I Want for Christmas Is You.
And that's a good one? Better than Mariah? Mariah's classic.
She nails
that's
it.
A tough one.
Clay said the soundtrack to Conspiracy Theory, Lord of the Rings, and Field of Dreams, plus Forrest Gump. He did 4.
Yeah, he did 4. But I don't think... Was Forrest Gump mentioned before? I can't remember.
That was on yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And then finally, Amy said Sleepless in Seattle. That was one they said yesterday. But also the...
Love Actually.
I'm sorry. Love Actually is the one that has the Olivia Olson song in it. I got it wrong. Notting Hill is another rom-com that I do enjoy.
It's good. That's not it. Don't be embarrassed to love a rom-com.
Love Actually has the great soundtrack. Notting Hill, I think, is just I don't know what it is. If it's just like songs from the era or just a great soundtrack. Either way, Trisha thought it was, and thank you for sharing that.
Lots of things that you can check out music-wise for those. I love that.
We should also announce, and this is newsy stuff.
It is newsy stuff.
Newsy stuff. We try to stay away from newsy stuff too much. But Donald Trump announced his running mate yesterday, Ohio's Republican Senator J.D. Vance.
I have nothing.
I was going to play the applause, but then I thought...
Nope. It says nothing about politically. I'm just saying it's just fact.
Right.
Just stating facts.
So in case you haven't heard...
An unfortunate one, but it's worth stating facts.
Let's move on to an awesome version...
This is terrible.
...of the national anthem.
Okay, here's the deal.
Go for it.
4-time Grammy nominee country singer Ingrid Andress sang the national anthem at the MLB's Home Run Derby last night. Mm-hmm. It was in Texas. Here's the thing. Here's what makes my heart hurt so much about this. Being a mom, right? If my girls were singing the national anthem, and Riley has before, you're kind of like... It's a hard song to sing as it is, right?
And there's pressure, and you're nervous.
So as a mom, you're like, oh, dear God, please just let this go smoothly.
And my take is, if you said you're going to do it, you better do it good.
Well...
Let's see if we can get this to come over.
Prayers were not answered.
Let's see if we can get this to come over and you can hear some of this. Here we go.
Yeah. Sing it, Ingrid.
All right.
Wait, you're not going to play the very end?
All right. The crowd's getting restless, by the way.
The crowd. Here it is.
All right.
So now the jokes are that applause is because she's actually done with it.
Listen, if you're going to try to do Mariah or Whitney Houston or whatever, Celine Dion, acrobatics with your vocals, you better not change key midway through.
It was really terrible, right? Like,
It was
I'm
awful.
not a singer. I'm a bad singer, as a matter of fact.
You could have done better than that.
I might.
You could have done better than that. And so the deal is that Fergie is trending again. I don't remember the Fergie version of the national anthem.
She held the record of the worst.
She butchered
rendition
it. Okay.
of the national anthem, and now she's off the hook.
All right.
Because here's a new winner.
Thanks a lot, Ingrid. Ingrid Andress.
Here's the other thing. I feel bad, like, slamming it, because getting up there in front of all those people, kind of like we were saying at the beginning, is like, that's vulnerability right there.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, if you're going to do it, practice and get it right.
Nail it, exactly. Everybody's going to be watching and waiting, and, well, they didn't boo, at least, but they were just about to, I think, and it ended.
You're not going to say the joke about maybe Trump isn't the only person with an ear bleeding?
Maybe those people in the audience were as well.
Okay. All right, I went swimsuit shopping, a quick turn, like,
Exactly.
I went swimsuit shopping with Macey, my youngest daughter. She's 15, the other day. Mm-hmm. It's a bad time to go swimsuit shopping because we're mid-season. And now people are putting the fall stuff out, and it's kind of slim pickings. It's like this middle ground. Like, there's not a lot, but there's still some.
Right, yeah.
But she was trying some of these swimsuits on, and I had to say, Macey, what would your father think of that one? Because her father is a police officer.
Right.
And very protective of his daughters.
I would say, you could probably say with any 15-year-old daughter, any dad.
That is true.
What do you think? So some of the ones were a little too, what's the word, skimpy?
I mean, even I felt like this old mom saying, well, so honey, where's the rest of that swimsuit bottom? Because all I see is your butt, and your dad will not let you wear that.
That's not happening. Did she pick out one or not?
You know, she's a very modest about her body, but at the same time, she's like, Mom, it's what everyone's wearing, which I get. Like, we've all been there, right?
Yep.
But I'm like, you can't like that. No.
Did
so she picks out some. She picked out some cute ones, not at the stores we went to, but we had found some ones. It's fine. But I just, cute. Moms, I am with you when this is happening with your daughters. It's like, oh my gosh, no.
Cute and appropriate and all the things, except too skimpy.
Yeah.
Not too skimpy.
they're all going to be a little too skimpy because they're swimsuits, and it's my 15-year-old daughter, but.
And that's one you have to go and try on. You can't buy swimsuits on Prime Day from Amazon. Right?
I see what you did.
I suppose you could. I suppose you could. But
because they have free returns on Amazon.
Yeah.
I know.
This is because Jen's the kind of person I'm going to buy 10 of these things, and maybe I'll keep 2.
I already have 3 things in my cart, by the way, for Prime Day. It started at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
They have amazing deals, rare deals on Apple products. Like, Apple, as we all know, does not go on sale.
So you can get some good deals on Apple products. And if you're concerned about, I don't know how to spend my money properly, there are websites that will help you just specifically for Prime Day. Find the best deals, find the right things to buy.
If you just Google best Prime deals, there's gonna be all kinds of things, and it's a fun way to shop because it's like, I never knew I needed that.
And
add to cart.
I do.
Thank you so much. Yes, we're unemployed, but this is such a great deal. I'm saving so much money by spending money. Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to find the logic in that, but I guess it works. We were talking yesterday about, we were going to share this today, and Jen, this was close to your heart. I should be better about my daily walks. I should actually have daily walks instead of once or twice a week.
And then I quit, and then I try again.
So this is ways to make your daily walks more effective, because if you are going to walk and get out there, you do want to get the full benefit from it.
I do want to credit HuffPost in this, because this is where I took the information we're about to share. It was an interview with Matthew Nolan, a chief instructor at Barry's in New York City, which I believe Barry's is a gym. He's like a gym guy.
Okay, gym guy.
Health expert. He's a health expert. And daily walks are important. Like, they are an important part of being healthy. You don't have to be running all the time at full speed. No, walking is fine.
That's one of the first tips, is keep up a quick walking speed, but you don't have to run.
Right.
It says walk to songs that have at least 100 beats per minute.
I thought you'd appreciate that, being a music guy.
I put together a walk mix for Dana and myself, and it's of course nerdy me. It's all 120 beats per minute. So
well, they did say that. So they said start there, but if you feel like that 100 beats per minute, do you know off the top of your head a song that would be 100 beats per minute?
You know what 100 beats per minute is? Dancing Queen by ABBA is right around there.
Okay, so if you find that is too slow, they said go up to 120 to 130 beats per minute to walk to.
So then you're in the Lady Gaga.
I love that you know this.
Lady Gaga.
You're such a music nerd. I love it so much.
For Poker Face or something like that, give or take.
Now, see, this is where they say try interval jogging or speed walking. Mm-hmm. So you start small with like a 30-second jog or a minute-long speed walk. And then as your body feels ready to do that, you would just increase the amount of time that you do those quick bursts.
Yeah. And also, you can add weights. You can add strength training to your walk as well. We're not talking about walk around with a couple of 15-pound dumbbells.
Although you could, if that's where you're at.
You can do anything
with your,
you want.
Yeah.
Light weights, or I actually have some. They don't get used very often, but they have Velcro, and you put them around your ankles.
Yeah.
And I think they're 2.5 pounds a piece or something like that. But that makes a difference. Or a weighted vest.
Well, I wanted to come back to the weighted vest because they also said, like, you could stop and do some squats or lunges or push-ups in the middle of your walk. Mm-hmm. But the weighted vest is huge right now, Kurt. Yep. And I'm going to tell you why, especially if you're in menopause. And I talked about menopause yesterday. There are millions of women following this gal online that is this menopause research expert. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get her name wrong. I think it's Mary Claire Haver. And her big thing, weighted vest. Walk with a weighted vest to increase your muscle strength and bone density, all the things. It's supposed to be good for all the things.
Now, see, I have a built-in weighted vest. It's called my belly.
Me too,
I don't think that counts.
It does not. It does not. I'm going to look for, it's on my list to look for on Prime Day.
A weighted vest, okay.
A weighted vest on sale.
And finally, walk along a hilly path. If you can find places, we have a lot of hills here in the PNW, but my family, who's all in Florida, I mean, it is flat.
They don't have hills in Florida. I mean, I know they have hills, but...
Slight hills, but not like here. In the Midwest as well, pretty flat as well. So if you can find a hilly, with some incline...
And walking downhill is just as good for you as walking up. It improves your muscle strength in your lower extremities.
I did not know that.
It does.
A little note from Jen. All right, so when you're doing your walks, you want to get the full benefit from it. There's a few tips. My biggest tip for myself is actually do the walks. Mm-hmm.
Well, and it's important to also, if your body is hurting, listen to it and give yourself a day off. If it's like you've pushed yourself too hard, give it a day off.
Speaking of which, yesterday we played pickleball, Jen and myself and our friends Glenn and Lori. You got here today, and I was like, you know what? For some reason, yesterday's pickleball games, I was pretty beat up. I was hobbling around, and maybe it's just because we haven't played in a couple weeks or a week and a half.
Yeah, my shoulder hurt, my feet hurt. Like, I don't even know. Especially when I woke up this morning, I was like a little tight.
And I think I was foolish because I was practically diving to save balls, which I don't do. It's just a game. I'm not going to dive, but for some reason, I was saying I'm going to get some good exercise here. I'm going to really run hard, and then what?
You're sore later.
Oh, yeah.
But Kurt, you're really good.
Oh, thanks.
You seriously are. We ended up playing at the end of Boys Against Girls, Lori and I, and Lori's like, are you sure you want to do this? I'm like, listen, Lori, if we get 5 points, I'm gonna count that as a win for us.
And you did get 5 points.
Of the two games, one of the games we did get 5 points. Typically, you guys wing that ball over.
Wing. Typically, Jen and I are partners, and Lori and Glenn play together. So we tried boys versus girls. And we did not let up on anybody.
I feel like over there you were whispering, like, let's give them a little bit of a chance.
No, actually, when you were concerned that we were whispering that, actually Glenn said, okay, well, I'll play up close, you play back. And I was like, all right. That was versus playing half and half of the court. We decided, okay, whatever. So there you go. That's why we're hurting today.
Okay.
Almost half of people, 40% of people.
Yeah. Believe that every text message that you send out needs to include an emoji. And you know what? I kind of like emojis. I think that it helps explain the mood or the vibe of the text.
Especially if you're saying something that could be misconstrued, or if you're saying something that might be taken the wrong way. If you put a smiley after it, you're like, okay, they were joking there. My issue with the emojis, I guess is the wrong word, is we all know the common ones that everybody uses, right? The smiley face and the sort of angry one and the thumbs up or whatever.
Yeah.
If I'm checking my emails on my phone and they use a funky emoji and it's so small, I'm like, I have no idea what that is.
You can't see it.
I mean, they're small to start with, obviously by design. They're just,
you can't see the emojis, and
so,
that's why you don't like them.
And there's 1,000 of them now. It's like I
love all the choices.
Right. I need an emoji to say that I have a headache, but yet I kind of am sleepy. All right, here it is.
Do you know who uses emojis a lot, and I really love it so much?
Your boyfriend?
Hot firefighter boyfriend, Pat. He sends me a good morning message nearly every morning that we're like, I think maybe he's missed one day.
And you were concerned, by the way, just so you know, the day that he missed because he was sleeping in, poor guy, gets to sleep in one day, doesn't send you the good morning, and you're like, are we in a fight? He didn't send, and I texted him back, and he didn't respond. We must be in a fight. And then I asked you later, it's like, are you still going out? And
I didn't think we're in a fight. I thought he must be. I'm like, he must be mad at me. I don't know why. But he sends the sweetest good morning text filled with hearts and heart emojis and kisses and all the things.
Poop emojis?
I love it. No poop emojis.
So, again, getting back to the statistics, 41% of people say every text message, everyone needs to have an emoji included in it. And apparently a more common among younger adults. We're going to have to, let me see, that'd be about 7 in 10 Gen Zers say you need, and it's in all caps, you need an emoji, compared to, again, about half of Gen Xers say you need them, because we're Gen X.
Okay, thank you. I always get it confused. We're Gen X.
All right.
How often do you use emojis for real?
Same thing with Dana. I'll send her emojis out the day with a couple of hearts, or the two people kissing, or whatever.
Or an eggplant. Okay, moving on.
I don't even know what the eggplant one means.
Are you kidding me?
Can we not talk about it here?
Eggplants and peaches?
No.
Okay, we'll talk about that later.
A butt or?
Yeah, and the eggplant is another extremity, Curt. I can't believe you don't know this.
I just thought
we'll talk about this.
That meant they liked vegetables.
And fruit and vegetables. This is a reminder to get your fruit and vegetables in. Send an eggplant and a peach emoji.
The peach is probably a butt. I got that because it's
stop your mouth right now, Curt.
Do you want to talk about the dogs here, or do you want to talk about being in the bathroom?
I want to talk about both.
All right, so
talk about the dogs.
Here's the deal with the dogs.
You love dogs.
We love dogs, but you're actually right now, because you're a little bit concerned about your dog. Because
are we going to go there? Like, okay, let's
no, we're not
going to
go. We're not going to go all the way there. But you always said that you call her Snotty Sally because she doesn't listen, and she is kind of her own dog, and she does her own thing.
She bit someone.
She did bite someone.
Thankfully, it was
a family member.
Thankfully, it was a family member.
Yeah,
that likes dogs and was understanding. Anthony, thank you.
We appreciate that, Anthony. But we have here the worst and best behaved dog breeds. This is according to owners. And it's not really a surprise. Some of the ones you see on here, the best behaved dog breeds, and they say being best behaved means listening to commands, not jumping on people or barking too much or begging for food. So your best behaved dog breeds: Labrador Retriever. Way to go, Labs.
Is the winner chicken dinner?
Yeah, Rottweiler was second. And they get, by the way, they
get a bad rap. I would think they were the worst.
I was going to say, they get in a soapbox here because, Rots are, it's all about the owners. The dogs are fine.
Thanks, Curt. Great. My dog's biting someone, and it's all about the owners.
Well, you bite people too. All right. So Rottweiler in there. Shih Tzu was third. And then you also have Golden Retriever on the top 10 of best behaved dog breeds. German Shepherd.
You love German Shepherd.
My little
so
Dexy
much.
was a German Shepherd too. Boston Terrier, Poodle, Yorkshire Terrier, and Bulldog, all on the most best behaved dog breeds.
Wait, hold on just a second here. Mm-hmm. Sailor, they believe,
well, she's a special breed,
is a mixed breed, but she's got Golden Retriever and Labrador. They think it's both, as in her.
Yeah, but she has
as a
collie face. She's got that long nose.
She's definitely 50% purebred collie. Are they on the least behaved?
No
list.
No.
Okay.
We'll save the least behaved. The worst behaved is for the end. But I did have to point out that second on the second on the worst behaved, and I can't even bring this up at home because I've seen this before. Let me just explain. There was
oh my God!
This is a few years ago when I had first met my now wife, and she was at the time my girlfriend, and they put out these things. Here's the best and worst behaved dogs. This is probably 8 years ago, 8 years ago. And they had, of course, I'm like, hey, look at German Shepherd. My dog was like number 2.
On the best list.
Yeah, it was like
on the
Poodle
best
and German
behaved
Shepherd.
Dog list.
And she's like, well, where's Beagle on there? 9th from the bottom.
And now it's number 2.
Worst behaved dog breed. Poor little Beagles.
The second worst behaved dog is a Beagle, and You
Bella
have
the Beagle.
Beagle.
Yeah, and but the thing is, I get it. They're hounds. Beagles are very good at what they're supposed to do.
What's that?
Search out a scent, find it, and bark their asses off. That's what they do. They find the scent, and then they're like, here. They're saying barking, but that's here. Here. That's where the scent is. I found it. And that's what they do. So it's hard to untrain them. Is that a word? It's hard to untrain them from that.
Well, because that's their nature.
That's what they're
bred to do.
For. So she barks a lot. And of course, they also have that fun. It's not just a regular bark. It's brrr, brrr.
Oh my gosh. Don't a lot of people, the third worst is Havanese. A lot of people have those Havanese ones. Aren't those the ones that are like good for your allergies? Like if you have allergies, that's the dog to get?
Yeah. Our friend Elisa and
that's
Bob
what I thought.
have a Havanese because of that. And I think that I think they're just probably harder to train and people just lose patience. Because maybe they're a little more independent or, I don't know, bullheaded, if that's the word. Because a lot of these dogs on the least behaved, Bernese Mountain Dog, they're awesome dogs. The Corgis.
Bernese Mountain Dogs, are those the big ones? Oh, I really like those dogs.
Your Corgis, Schnauzers, Australian Shepherds. I think that that's another breed that the important thing with them is like Border Collies. They're so energetic and they're so stinking smart. They need to have something to do. And if you don't give them a job, their job will be eating through.
Is Sailor a Border Collie? Is
No.
that the kind of collie she is? She's the Lassie kind.
She's the Lassie kind, yes. So the Australian Shepherds in particular, I know, those ones, if they don't have something to do, I mean, it's like if they're bored. If you were bored, you'd say, oh, I got to do something.
Maybe that's it. Maybe I don't get Sailor out enough to play and run because she has lots of energy.
Is she socialized properly?
Well, I mean, I thought she was.
Well, the absolute least behaved breed was a Siberian Husky. But they're so much fun.
The Siberian Husky, is that like the UW Husky kind of Husky?
Yeah, Husky.
Well, because there's different kinds of Huskies, I thought. No?
Well, probably. There's 100,000 dog breeds
whatever.
now.
All right.
So, but anyway,
well behaved.
none of these are bad dogs. I think that it's just, if you're going to get one of these we just talked about, be prepared to put in some extra time in training with Anna, because you're going to have to put in a little extra time.
Anna's so sweet. She's going to do an emergency call with me. She's in Montana right now, but she's coming back and she says, I will call you on my way back. I just don't have great cell phone service right now.
In her company, Paws with No Flaws.
She's
fantastic.
I mean, seriously, she's not paying us. We're paying her, actually.
Yeah, she won the King 5 best King 5 TV best dog breeder in the world.
That they do.
Yeah,
she's pretty amazing.
Let's go on to something equally as fun and important and informative.
Oh, right. What is your response when someone knocks on the bathroom door trying to figure out if someone's in there? What do you do when that happens to you? You're sitting on the pot, someone knocks, and I freeze. First, I'm like, I'm in here.
So we're talking about.
I'm like, I'm in here.
Are we talking about at home or in public? Because at home,
both.
I don't care. At home,
okay, home, you don't care.
At home, you're like, hey, what are you doing?
Well, okay, let's go mostly in public for this because I think that's what this really means.
Exactly. When someone knocks on the bathroom door while you're using it, what do you say? You know what I say? I go like this.
You just cough. I freeze and I'm like, I'm in here. And that's on the list. That is on the list that we have of people of most common responses.
I'm in here. But see, you're in it feels like a very vulnerable moment.
Oh, for sure. Because it's like I have a flood of thoughts. I freeze and I have a flood of thoughts like, is the door locked?
Which it should.
Oh my God. What, can I pull up my pants fast enough? Can I wipe quick?
Oh my God. Have you ever had somebody actually walk in?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's right. The porta potty.
Yes.
Tell that story. We were at the Veterans Day parade.
We were hosting the Veterans Day parade in Auburn, the really big one.
Just this most recent one.
And I was in the porta potty, and I thought I'd locked the door, but apparently I didn't. And
hello,
because I don't sit in the porta potties, I hover.
You're a hoverer.
Mid hover, door comes swinging wide open, and I'm like, oh, whoopsie! I forgot to lock the door.
And they said, "Are you Jen from Starwood 1.5?"
But the other person's just as mortified, right? And
yes.
They're probably thinking, "You dumb idiot! Why didn't you lock the door? Don't put me in this kind of position."
Well, you didn't want to touch anything, let alone the door lock. So
terrible.
All right. So the answers to what do you say when someone knocks on the bathroom door while you're using it? Most popular answer was shouting, "Someone's in here," which you just said. I
usually say I'm in here. That's which is different.
Yeah, I'm saying you don't say Jen's in here.
No, but they say someone's in here in third person.
Right. Occupied is a good one.
Occupied.
Occupied. Or this is like a conversation. I'm almost done. I'll be out in a minute. No. To a stranger.
Then there's mine. I'm in here.
I'm in here.
Which is strange if you think about it, because do they know you?
It's me.
Oh, hey, Jen. Great. Thanks.
You could be like, what the WTF?
Right?
That's not one. What is this?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like,
Knock, knock, knock. Yeah.
yeah.
Or maybe you should knock, knock. Who's there?
So that's what you should say. You should be like, housekeeping.
If you're if you're in Japan, this is interesting. If you're in Japan, the appropriate or the polite thing to do is to knock back.
You can't even reach the door sometimes when you're sitting there. Well, if you're in a small place. So you just like reach over and knock on the door?
I guess. I don't know.
Is it like Morse code?
And a lot of people say nothing, assuming the door's locked.
You know what? I think I would probably do that the first time. And if they try again.
Oh, no. I freak out right away. And that some of the other, this is what I was looking for. Some of the clever ones, because I want more clever. Like, come back with a warrant.
Come back with a warrant, or I'm with a client.
In a meeting.
That's yours. That's right.
Taz meetings. I'm like, he's
In a
like, I gotta
meeting.
go to the bathroom. I'm like, is this a meeting? He's like, yes, it is. So then I just know that he's got business to do.
This is a response to just finishing up the paperwork.
What's the password?
That's funny. And then, how about, who is it? Who is it?
Well, if they're knocking, that's what you'd say at the front door.
Who is it? Someone said they don't say anything. They just scream.
Oh my God.
How frightening would that be? You knock. Well, now, if you were confused about that or had any sort of concerns about what to say,
If you say something clever, we want to know it. Shoot us a little comment on whatever you're watching, or
when you're in the bathroom,
go to
somebody knocks at the
Facebook
door.
and send us an instant message or something.
What do you say? Get the hell out of here.
But this is what we really want to know for tomorrow, because I thought this was super interesting. What day of the week are you and why?
If you had a day of the week that you think represents you best.
Like, here's what went through my mind when I saw that question. I'm like, I feel like I'm like maybe a Saturday, because I like to try to bring the fun in the party. But I feel like maybe I'm more appropriately Thursday, because I feel like Thursday's a rally day. Like, you got one more day to get through, and then you're to the weekend, and I'm a rallier. Like,
Okay.
Let's all rally.
I'm a Monday. No, I'm kidding. I think I'm a Sunday. It's just chill, relax,
Okay.
don't get stuff done.
I think this says a lot about not only what you feel about yourself, but also how you feel about the days of the week.
So share that with us, whatever platform you're listening or viewing this on. What day of the week do you think you are? What day of the week are you, and why?
I'll post it on Facebook. We'll do a little video.
Post it on Facebook, Jen.
Okay.
You do that.
I'll do it.
All right.
All right. Have an awesome, awesome day. Make good choices, find joy, and spread that kindness all around.